Good Tuesday morning. It's December 17th, 2024. Going to be a mild day. Starting off foggy this morning. Fog will burn off a little bit later. It'll be kind of partly mostly cloudy throughout the day. But highs up near 60 degrees. And tonight we'll get into the 40s. Tomorrow, as we get into the afternoon, we're going to get a chance of rain. And then the rain will continue tomorrow night and then stop, move on out. It'll be a little cooler on Thursday. Then we get the Arctic front through on Friday. There are some hints there on models that maybe we can see some snow, maybe some rain-snow mix. Not sure it's going to pan out at this point, but we'll have to still watch it a little bit because there's been some interesting things on the models. But I think we're going to pretty much just head into a very windy and cold, Arctic cold weekend. Highs on Sunday are going to be all the way up into the low 30s, only in the 20s to maybe low 30s. Going to be chilly with winds around. Same thing on Monday, pretty cold. Then as we move into next week, we're going to see a warm up by Christmas the way things look now. Maybe not a super warm up. Depends on what model you believe. We have some cold air damming, kind of like what helped us stay so cold this last weekend. It helped us get the snow. Cold air damming is when the high pressure system kind of rams up against here in the mountains. But to see how quickly here how the GFS plans that out, and I'll also show you the European just to show you the difference between the two models. So here we are today with the warm winds. All the warm fronts come through. There's some moisture around at the ground and colder at the ground than up above. And that's why we get all the fog here. So we'll just go ahead and push this through the day. Pretty much clear conditions, but here is the disturbance that's going to cause us some rain tomorrow. It doesn't look like a major washout. At one point, this looked like a lot more rain. Again, we need it. We're still in a severe drought. And here is that piece of energy that I've been watching for Friday. As the cold air arrives in time, here we get cold air damming. We get the sagging cold air. And then this low pressure system gets formed off the East Coast. At one point, this trough was closer to the coast on some of these models, and that's why everybody was starting to honk about a potential storm this coming weekend. Looks like it's just not going to work right. The trajectory is just barely off. You can see some moisture getting thrown back. That's why I think there could be some flurries or some light rain around on Friday. But it's going to move on out and just bring us into very chilly, cold conditions. These are Arctic high-pressure systems that are going to cause the cold air. You see the isobars getting tight here, which means northerly cold winds. And this is as we move into Saturday. Saturday should be a cold day, as well as Sunday even colder because of reinforcement of the cold. Highs on Sunday, like I said, probably in the 20s to near 30. There's another low pressure system we're also watching that just is way offshore. So nothing really coming our way. Now this high finally moves out and you're going to see that the warmth and things are going to start to change positions here. And this is strong southerly winds. I mean, the middle part of the country is just going to have a huge warm up. They're saying 30s and so above normal. But here is the colder damming. Remember I talked about these sagging lines here east of the mountains. This 1040 cold low is trying to dam up colder air. That's why it's not super duper warm next week, even though the heights up above are definitely moving towards warmth. So this, because it's cold air damming, look at this, it's causing a ice situation here on Christmas. We'll have to see how this pans out. So it's a little different than it was looking like last night. It's the last hurrah here. Questions whether we get any moisture up this way for Christmas and whether or not it be rain or something else mixed. Regardless, this is not a cold pattern, especially as these southerly winds eventually will get here, finally eroding that colder air out, and we will warm up between Christmas and New Year from what I can see. Here we go with a total different change of pattern. After this point, I'd say things are kind of out there as far as exactly what's going to happen, but I think generally speaking, the pattern looks warmer. And here we are in the east, we're warming up, and out in the west, now you get the cold. And we always do that seesaw thing where cold out west, you get warm in the east. If it's cold in the east, you get warm out west. Here we go in a shift here as we head into the new year. So that's kind of the way things look. All right, so let's look a little bit here at what happened on the Euro. Okay, so we're going to go through this pretty quick. Here we are again. This is today. And we're just going to move very quickly through these maps because it's important for us to see what's going on. And this is a 0C. There's been another run since then. Again, some rain coming around, maybe a little bit more rain on the European showing up than on the GFS, the American model. That moves off to the north. Again, Thursday here, we're cool but not cold. This does look like it would funnel some colder air here into the region, so not super warm on Thursday by any means. Here comes that piece of energy coming down and diving, and it's trying to form a low. It's going to transfer the energy from here to the low off the coast, and, depending on how close or whatever came, maybe we get some snow showers or rain and snow mix. Who knows on Friday, but this is cold air. Here we are on Saturday. Ice bars are packed closely together, northerly winds. Very chilly air coming into the region, so Arctic-y cold into Sunday, showing some more breezy actually than the GFS here even on Sunday. And then next week, here we go with the cold air damping. Remember these sagging lines of the the different isobars here. Sorry, I wasn't. Versus the isotherm, which is the higher ones there. Anyway, so we see it kind of sticking around a little bit, so not super warm next week. Another low tries to form. Not seeing the Christmas Day, by the way, precipitation here like we were on the GFS. So there is some storminess around. We'll just have to see how that pans out. Remember, this is pretty far off. Always got to see how things actually work themselves out. But here's where the warmth kind of comes in right up till Christmas and beyond. But we still have this cold air damming, so as warm as it could be, maybe it won't be as warm as it could have been if we get these cold air damming scenarios to show up. Eventually it seems to erode out, and we'll have to see how this goes towards New Year's. All right, that was a long outlook. All I'm going to say is let's summarize it for important things. For today, warm. Tomorrow, we get some rain into tomorrow evening. Not a ton of rain. Wish we had more. Thursday, a little chillier. Friday, Arctic front comes through. Winds whip up. Going to be a very breezy both Friday afternoon, evening, over into Saturday and Sunday and Monday. All of the 3 days are cold. Winds really on Saturday and Sunday, but kind of lessening out for Monday. Next week we will warm up some, but maybe not as warm as we thought because of cold air damming. That also tends to stick around clouds, so it may not be as sunny as we like. Maybe something around Christmas Day. We'll have to watch for that. That'll be rain or maybe a little bit of mix or something. Hopefully it's just a nice day. And then between Christmas and New Year's, that week I think it will be pretty warm. And so that's all I got at this point. Have an awesome Tuesday. You're allowed kind of with that outlook.